If he would have done that to one of our guests, he said there would have been riots, that they would have been calling for his execution and his beheading, and he would have immediately been fired. But since it was against the local British populace and it was a reporter questioning him about the two-tier justice system, he attacked the reporter. And so I thought about it. I was like, man, you're right. That does show that there's a bias, because you're right. That kind of stuff happens over in the United States too. It's the same kind of thing. Like they target the natives and stuff. And it's just wild, like what the heck is going on? They're asking me. Hey, good seeing you, SWE Observer. And SWE Observer has the same kind of thing going on in his country. That's just wild what's going on over there. You can't even talk about the assaults in Norway and Sweden against the locals by immigrants. If you do, you can be targeted by the police. So, but allegedly it's like a 40 or 400% increase in assaults and attacks against the natives. It's unbelievable. And SWE Observer could probably tell us more about that. But anyways, so the narrative is that, everybody that's protesting against all the attacks against their natives since they've been building immigration centers, is those people are all just racists and bigots. And this was all because of a racist YouTube post, even though the natives are saying, no, that's not true. There's been over 1,400 attacks just in this one place area alone. And we're sick of it. And that was just the straw that broke the camel's back. And it's evidence of a broken immigration system because he's a second generation Rwandan. That's what the natives are saying. But the press is trying to spin it. So to say that it's just all racism and whatnot, and they're just ignoring the fact that a radical increase in violence and safety issues with the locals who, have been there for thousands of years. So now what we've got is, my buddy's telling me, Mike, you got to talk about this, mate. You've got to show what this guy did, because it's unbelievable what just went down. And so I'm going to share this with you, and hopefully you guys will get a kick out of it too. By the way, I hope you like my my BBC News thing. I know I didn't blend the red in good enough. I hope that they're happy with it though. I know they probably secretly adopt that behind the doors there. Let's go ahead, and what I want you to do, this is the London police chief, and I guess, or constable, I don't know what they call him. Make sure you guys can see. And he is this guy is, I guess he's one of these globalist guys. He doesn't really seem to think much of his own people. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what he's got going on.
We're going to two-tier policing, sir.
I don't know if you saw that. So here, let's watch that again. Okay, pay attention.
We're going to two-tier policing, sir.
Okay, so that's called snatching, and under American law, in every law school, they teach you that that's a battery. So in any other country, well, not any other country, in any other state in America, that guy should be arrested. And he clearly is emotionally unstable. He's not stable to be in a leadership position. A real leader, a strong man. This guy is a soy boy, as far as I'm concerned. He looks like he's estrogen driven, ripping stuff out of people's hands, throwing tantrums, acting like a child. He definitely does not deserve to be in a position of leadership. But besides that, the issue with this gentleman is he just committed a battery against someone who's engaged in America, what would be a First Amendment protected activity. And this has all just been totally glossed over by all of the press. Like they all just act in tandem and they bury all this stuff and just don't report it. But so that's why it's important that you come to my channel, because I'll find these little tidbits and share with you that there is in fact a two-tier justice system when you look at the fact that this kind of stuff is allowed to happen, right? I mean, these politicians get away with anything. You saw the same thing with Newsom hanging out at the French Laundry without the masks on while he shut down the entire California economy. The only people that made money were his friends like Amazon, right? People who were doing all that stuff. But every one of us else, lost our businesses, went broke. It was just an absolute tragedy what this guy did. And so it's the same sort of batch of individuals and personalities. Yeah, good seeing you. What's the matter, you? SWE Observer, I'm so happy that you're here. So I want you to watch one more time. This is considered to be a battery in the United States. Watch what this London chief does.
we going to end two-tier policing, sir?
Very cool.
Are we going to end two-tier policing?
Can you believe this? I mean, this guy's literally, I'll call you back. All right. Sorry, guys. I just got a call right in the middle of my big shoe.
Are we going to end?
All right. Hopefully this thing's kicking off now a little bit. All right. So here's what I want to show you guys. So you guys, that would be a battery in the United States for sure, right? Pretty much in any court. So I went ahead and I looked up the laws in the UK to see if it's still similar, you know, because we are English by nature. We came from the English common law, and now we have our own American common law because the Bill of Rights tempers and binds our legal system with the chains of the Constitution, unlike the English, where they have a living constitution where it can be changed politically at the whim or emotion of somebody, which is totally different than what we have. So anyways, an assault is basically the same thing. It's an intentional act that causes someone to apprehend an immediate unlawful force, right? You don't have to show fear, just even apprehending it, that's an assault. So clearly the cameraman knew that cop was coming at his equipment, and the cop was asking him about the two-tier justice system. He got pissed because he's being accused of only supporting the immigrants and not the natives who live there, who have been upset and complaining, and they keep arresting the natives for complaining. And anything they say, they're trying to have it declared hate speech so they don't offend their visitors. And that's what's going on over there. So there's a big battle right now. So an assault doesn't have to involve a physical contact. That's the only difference with an assault. An assault, you can just have an apprehension. All right. Now with a battery, on the other hand, involves an intentional application of unlawful force on another person. So, and it can also, it can be hitting, punching, or any intentional physical act which results in harm or infringements on one's personal rights. And although in the UK they don't have like a First Amendment like we have, it is sort of understood and recognized that the press do have certain rights that are above and beyond, maybe like a totalitarian country would have. It's always just been assumed from a gentleman's perspective that you have a press and you can film and do things like that, right? And write about things without having to risk being assassinated or being attacked by a mob with a bunch of machetes, right? Or being arrested by the thought police because you said something that offended the people that live in the immigration center down the street, right? So that's kind of what's been going on over there. So anyways, my buddy's like, look, man, that's a battery and nobody's done anything about it. The BBC hasn't said anything about it. Nothing, right? So literally what we just showed you is that there is evidence of a two-tier justice system. I mean, take a look at this guy. Here's their chief cop. Check him out.
Are we going to end two-tier policing, sir?
Oh, you see what he just did? Hold on. That was down a little bit low. Let's here, check it out.
Are we going to end
Watch.
two-tier policing, sir?
Boom. He's just asking him about two-tiered policing, which is exactly what we're talking about. Is there evidence of two-tiered policing? And I just showed you that cop just committed a battery under UK law. He just committed a battery against a member of their press. I mean, it's just like what they do to our cop watchers, like Chile de Castro and whatnot. Same exact kind of deal. So, yeah, my name is Officer Feeling Good. Hey, welcome to the show, Inked X Diamond Z. I really appreciate that. The Feelings Police. Yes, that's right. Hey, Drophead 74, man, I'm glad you guys are joining me today. Thanks for also hanging out for the first 4 minutes of no sound. I'm so sorry I didn't even bother looking in the sidebar, but I did start the show late. Hopefully it'll upload in time for me to edit that crummy portion out so it doesn't totally ruin the user experience, right? But anyway, sometimes it happens, and this is me responding to my buddy who called me the other day over in the UK because no one's covering this over there. Like they're BBC, you know, it's government subsidized. We know this is all part of a big global scheme to replace the natives, you know, with a different population, right? That's what they say, anyways. That's the, you know, that's the information campaign and disinformation campaign, depending on what side you're on. But people who can see with their own eyes know what's going on, right? And so people are getting upset about it. And so I just wanted to come on, and then I thought, you know, this is not a very, and that's only going to take me a few minutes. So, you know, then I'll go into some other cool stuff that I found, like this cavity search video that's going to blow your mind. Just unbelievable, the stuff that's going on right now, guys, with government overreach. So anyways, I want you guys to see, this is the same guy who ripped that speaker microphone cover or whatever off of that journalist's equipment. This is the guy who committed a battery against one of his own people. Okay. And here he is now talking about how he's going to come after people like you and me, and maybe even in a veiled way, Elon Musk, if you prefer.
We will throw the full force of the law at people. And whether you're in this country committing crimes on the streets or committing crimes from further afield online, we will come after you.
Talk to me about that, because we have seen some high-profile figures whipping up the hatred. You talked about it in there with the officers, in fact, about this being added to by online commentary. I mean, I'm even thinking of the likes of Elon Musk getting involved. What are you considering when it comes to dealing with people who are whipping up this kind of behaviour from behind a keyboard, maybe in a different country?
Being a keyboard warrior does not make you safe from the law. You can be guilty of offences of incitement, of stirring up racial hatred. There are numerous terrorist offences regarding the sort of publishing of material. All of those offences are in play if people are provoking hatred and violence on the streets, and we will come after those individuals just as we will physically confront on the streets.
All right, so we just heard his little canned speech there, right? I guess his friends at the BBC were there to back him up, right? I mean, isn't that what happened? And now let's go back and watch, because we just heard him say that we'll come at you with the full force of the law. We'll come at you with the full force of the law. And in the racism, right? We heard him say all that. Full force of the law. We're going to come after you if you break our laws. Now let's watch him commit a battery against a journalist.
We're going to two-tier policing, sir.
All right. So I just want you guys, like especially the people in the UK who have been brainwashed by your state-run media, why don't you like look and pay attention? You've been conditioned to think that it's okay for someone to be despotic as long as they support your political viewpoints. And that is exactly what happened with Hitler. That's fascism. And the beautiful thing about free speech and everybody having the ability to have a different discourse, and having a population that doesn't get violent when people engage in free speech. That's the problem. When you import people into your country that are easily offended and you have to change your laws so they don't get violent, that's a problem. Maybe that's the first sign that you should change your immigration laws to make sure that people are properly acclimated to your culture. Think about that. I just think it's a fair thing to think about. Just something for you to consider. So anyways, that I just wanted you to see that based upon the evidence, the police chief, committed a battery against a journalist. And I don't see him stepping down. I haven't heard him make an apology. And I haven't seen a prosecutor or anyone try to come after that guy. In fact, I've seen him being praised by, all the huge, large corporations, WEF, like he's some kind of a god. And so if this is the kind of people that they like, imagine the boot stamping on your face forever if you disagree with the government. Think about that. I mean, it's pretty dangerous what's going on right now, guys. Anybody who's a student of history has to be alarmed at this. All right, so now let's get back into the United States, because that's what we are. We're Yanks, right? Most of us. I mean, I know I do have some, we're all rebels, and some of us are Yanks, I think, in my channel. I've got quite a few Canadians, and definitely I've got my share of Scots and Irishmen, and all good people. And as you guys know, I used to live in Motherwell, Scotland, and I loved it over there, mate. And I really have a vested interest. I went and looked at all the castles, and just what a brilliant place, and just amazing, great people. The Scots, when I was there in the 90s, world class character, people that you know, come hell or high water, you'd be able to rely on. Very similar feeling to the way I felt when I was around Marines. That same kind of, they're just really tight. And whether they're Protestant or Catholic, they sort of have a mild hatred for the crown, right? So it's a really interesting dynamic relationship, but really good people, really, really appreciate them. And I do have a little bit of Scottish blood in me. So we do have an old last name of Gillespie. So, yeah, that's cool. Wasn't matter. You were there. That's awesome. I was in Motherwell, and I spent some time in Edinburgh, and it took me a good while to get the Glaswegian accent for sure down and understand it, because initially, how you are me, it's like, right, Jimmy. It's like, oh man, what the heck did this guy just say? And they know that you can't understand them, and they're so comedic. They're just really funny, mostly super funny. Like one of my buddies, Pete, he was bantering back and forth with one of his other buddies. I can't remember the other guy's name, but the guy said to Pete, man, I need to get my hair cut badly. And Pete looked at him and said, why don't you just get your hair cut good? And I was just like, wow, man, these guys are funny. They just are so funny, man. Yeah, amazing people. Anyways, so we're going to get into this amazing case. I found this on Twitter, and I just couldn't believe what a jerk this cop was. And I keep telling you guys, and I know Jeff, and wasn't mad at you. You guys always hear me talking about this, but I keep telling everybody, hey man, we need to, start teaching classical education again, and start teaching our youth about the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, and make them love their country like they should, right? Because it's an amazing document. Natural law is such an amazing thing. It gives you all that freedom under the Bill of Rights that no other country ever afforded you. And so, now we see the globalists attacking all these things, saying that it's racist to believe in natural law, to believe that your rights come from a creator. There are no human rights. We all can be chipped. Elections can be decided with artificial intelligence. We really should just live in 15-minute cities. And frankly, most real men don't want to ever live like that. And so we're finally starting to stand up. And I see a lot of the ladies too who are really upset about it too. They're like, hey, wait a minute, we're not all like those ladies that are all being promoted on TV. That's just all a false narrative. And so that's why a lot of people probably come to my channel. But I want you guys to watch this video. I was really outraged. As you guys know, because I have a civil rights background, I'm really sensitive to things like this. I believe that the only way all of us will ever be safe as a society is if we develop a colorblind society where we all judge people based on the content of their character. And whenever I see a case like this, where there's like a white cop who obviously is a dick, and I see people who are of other races and stuff, it scares me, because he's doing so much damage to race relations just because of the appearance of impropriety. Even if he's not a racist, it doesn't matter. And it just seems that if everybody could just follow the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, that whole thing would be eliminated, right? Because it's supposed to be afforded to all people. So that's just my philosophy. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree. Give me a bunch of twos if you disagree. But I think, from my perspective, it would be much better, much safer for my children that I leave behind if I know that we don't look at people based on skin color. So I think that's super important. Now, anyways, we saw what this London cop, he's threatening the guy who just committed a battery is threatening. Just wild, man. And he just said, right, and the guy just said that, hey, full force of the law, we'll come after you. And he committed a battery against a journalist. I just want you guys to let that sink in, because like if Don Lemon had made a big deal out of this would be 24/7, out of every single news outlet, and people would be conditioned to think that guy is a Nazi, right? But since they're not saying anything about it and just letting it go, it's looked at as like he's fighting hard for the immigrants, even though what he's really doing is he's violating their laws, improving the existence of a two-tier justice system, say many. And I think that you can judge for yourselves based upon what you guys just saw, Stacy, and what you guys just saw Wanda me say. Hey, Mama Lion, super happy to have you here. This is great to have My buddies all showing up. Thanks so much. I didn't think anybody was going to show up today on a Sunday, to be honest. But again, I got a call from a buddy of mine, and he was talking about this two-tier justice system thing. And he said he had proof that they have one. And so for the people who joined late, I'm just going to show you again really quickly what he's talking about. Because I think it's really important that you see this. So first of all, I showed my people in here that under UK law, that what an assault and battery is, okay? And we went in, and a battery is an intentional application of unlawful force on another person. It does require physical contact, and it can also be from snatching something, right? Same deal. So just like in the United States. And an assault refers to an intentional act of causing someone an apprehension of an immediate unlawful application of force. So in this case, there was an assault and a battery, and I'm going to show you why. And this is the cop who says that he's coming after the native people, right? Not the immigrants, but the locals, for racist posts saying they want all these immigrants out of their country because they're tired of the violence. And so the journalists are saying, hey, what do you think about these allegations that you have a two-tier justice system that just supports these, what a lot of people call invaders? And here's his response. Watch.
We're going to end two-tier policing, sir.
All right. So see him walking away there. So that is an unhinged person. That is somebody who should never be in a leadership position. These are precisely the types of people you would never want to have in power. You want to have people who are slow to react, slow to respond, quick to listen. And you want to have moral people who believe in the rule of law, not the uneven application of the rule of law. And clearly he's already demonstrating to us that he does believe in the unequal application of law by committing a battery against a member of your own press over there. But because the people have been conditioned in this Orwellian system that they have with the BBC being partially subsidized by the government, they're sort of programmed what to think, unfortunately. And it's been going on for so many years. That's just the way it's been. But there still are free thinkers and people that actually studied the classics on their own and understand history, and they're fighting back. And there are also a lot of bad people fighting back on both sides. But the natives are, especially in Ireland, are finally starting to fight back. And this police officer is upset that they're fighting back. And his response was to commit a battery against a member of the press for asking about it. So now we're going to get into this other video that's going on over here. And I want to get into this with you. I think you guys are really going to like this because it's going to show you why we need classical education back in not our schools, but families. Like we need to have two-parent families where the parents actually teach their kids about culture and things that matter. So when we do have people joining the police force, they understand a little bit about the Bill of Rights, because that's the main issue, is they just don't have the relevant legal training that their parents should have provided them to understand their rights, duties, and obligations as an American citizen. It's super important. But anyways, let's go ahead and watch this.
377. Any reason why you're rolling your window up when I walk up to this car?
No, sir.
You had been driving it down for the past mile?
I just rolled it up.
All right, step out of the car for me. Step out. Do not shut that window. Open it now. Step out. Right here. Face that direction. Face that direction. Put your hands right here behind your back. Don't move. You understand? Why are you acting so suspicious? Well, you're rolling your window up when I'm walking up on scene for a routine traffic stop. Ain't nothing going on. You roll your window up. What does that look like to me?
I mean, I'm just rolling it up because it's for my safety.
For your safety?
Yeah. Nothing. I rolled up my window.
Check off.
That's my dad.
Oh, sir. Yeah.
I rolled up my window.
320. Give me a unit code now.
And he got mad because I rolled up my window.
Step right here.
I rolled it up.
Separate your feet.
Yeah.
You're about to be arrested for blocking the roadway if you don't park and get out.
I rolled
Park over there.
I said I can. It's my right.
You are interfering with my job. You need to go park over there.
I rolled up my window like you said. It was my right to roll up my window.
No, it's not.
All right, so you kind of see what's going on. So you've got this is the kid's dad. He's kind of like, I totally relate to the dad. He's like, what the F, dude? Why are you getting arrested? He's pissed at his son. You can hear it in his voice. And the son's like, Dad, all I was trying to do is roll up my window because this dude's pulling me out of my freaking car, right? And the cop's going bananas. How dare you roll up your window? And so there's like this battle. And the cop's saying, get the F out of here. I'm going to get you for blocking that driveway. And the dad's like, I'm not going anywhere. That's my son. I don't care if you have a badge or not. That is my son. And that's why I think it's so important that you guys learn about the Bill of Rights, and natural law, and that you look at the glorious history of America to understand where your rights flow from. Because we don't need road pirates doing stuff like this. I mean, clearly this kid, I don't know, he's probably looks kind of Samoan to me. He's got his head kind of got the tribal kind of thing going, probably plays football. He's probably, probably can handle himself. I mean, I'm just trying to like figure out the mind of the police officer, right? What, as someone who's done quite a bit of criminal defense, trying to get into the mind of this guy, right? Like, and I don't even know what state this is in, but so far this is, from what I'm seeing, it just doesn't look good. So let's keep rolling. Let's roll this big, beautiful bean footage.
And now you're thinking, wait, just watch him.
Must be what? Must be stand here?
Yep. But yep. Arrest him.
For what?
Put your phone down.
Blocking the roadway?
Put your phone down. Turn around.
No, man,
Nope.
for what?
Hey.
What? Hold on. What am I blocking? I'm not
Put your
blocking
phone
any
down.
roadway.
Enough.
I am not blocking a roadway.
Right. Put your phone down. Put your hands behind your head.
Hey, Russ, I hope you got this on video. This guy's arresting me for just standing here. And now he's taking
crazy.
my phone away. Dude, oh my God.
Hey, you're gonna,
Dude, what are you doing?
you're gonna get sprayed. Okay,
I'm
spray.
not
Put your hands
spraying.
behind your head.
My God.
Spraying.
I'm not even doing anything.
You gotta be kidding me.
Get that over here. Excuse me.
323, need a more unit. Run code.
Dude, what the heck, man?
Stop. Stop.
Stay away.
323. OC spread.
All right. So first of all, I mean, that's outrageous. The guy was not resisting. He's standing on a public sidewalk in a residential neighborhood. He's the father of this young man who looks like he's being falsely arrested because the cop was upset at him and just thought he looked suspicious because he was sitting inside of a car. So that's so far what I'm seeing as a lawyer, right? DWB, whatever. Yeah, right. So Wanda Mise says you can't video your son being bullied, not in America. Yeah, no kidding, man. What a joke. Here, so guys, this is a really short video and a bunch of people just joined in just now. And I want you guys to see what we're seeing because this is worth sticking around for the next 5 or 6 seconds. Check this out.
377. Any reason why you're rolling your window up when I walk up to this car?
No, sir.
You been driving it down for the past mile?
I just rolled it up.
All right, step out of the car for me.
Okay, again.
377.
Hold on. Again, the cop is upset that as he approached the vehicle, the kid started rolling up his window, right? All right. His dad probably taught him to do that. That's what I teach my kids to do. So here we go.
377. Any reason why you're rolling your window up when I walk up to this car?
No, sir.
You been driving it down for the past mile?
I just rolled it up.
All right, step out of the car for me. Step out. Do not shut that window. Open it now. Step out. Right here. Face that direction. Face that direction. Put your hands right here behind your back. Don't move. You understand? Why are you acting so suspicious? Well, you're rolling your window up when I'm walking up on scene for a routine.
Now, if that was Chili, he would say, what crime is that? Acting suspicious.
Traffic stop. Ain't nothing going on. You roll your window up. What does that look like to me?
I mean, I'm just rolling it up because it's for my safety.
For your safety.
Yeah. Nothing. I rolled up
Hey.
my window.
Check off.
That's my dad.
Yeah.
I rolled up my window,
320. Give me a unit code now.
and he got mad because I rolled up my window.
Step right here.
I rolled it up. Back
Separate your feet.
Yeah.
You're about to be arrested for blocking the roadway if you don't park and get out.
I rolled
Park over there.
Said I can. It's my right.
You are interfering with my job. You need to go park over there.
I rolled up my window like you said. It was my right to roll up my window.
No, it's not.
All right, so check it out. So first of all, the kid's right. It is his right to roll up his window. Number one, we don't live in a police state. This isn't the United Kingdom. Number one, and number two, his dad's over there saying, "No, sir, I'm not backing up. I'm filming this. That's my son." And you know, I admire that man. That's the kind of father that everybody needs out there. Not some weeping willow, right? We need strong men to be out there supporting their sons, because that's the number one thing that makes them successful and keeps them out of jail. It's proven statistically.
And now you're taking away. Just watch him.
Must be what? Must be stand here?
Yep.
Standing across the street, he looks like he's got to be at least.
Or what?
Put your phone down.
Blocking the road.
Hold on a minute. They're saying he's blocking the roadway. That's their pretext, right? They always have a pretextual reason to arrest you. Even though it's not legal, it plausibly could be. And then they'll rely on qualified immunity when you sue them to say, well, it was plausibly within the course and scope, so then you can't sue them personally. That's kind of the way it works. But you can see they're coming after him, telling him, we're going to arrest you for blocking the street. And he's standing on a sidewalk. So I just want to reverse this up a little bit so you guys can see what I'm seeing and hear it a little better.
And now you're taking away. Just watch him.
Must be what? Must be stand here?
Yep. But yep. Arrest him.
Or what?
Arrest him.
Put your phone down.
Blocking the roadway?
Put your phone down. Turn around.
No, man.
Nope.
For what?
Hey.
What? Hold on. What am I blocking? I'm not
Put your
blocking
phone
any
down.
roadway.
Enough.
I am not blocking a roadway.
Right. Put your phone down. Put your hands behind your head.
Hey, Russ, I hope you got this on video. This guy's arresting me for just standing here. And now he's taking my phone away.
Hey. Unit.
Dude, oh my God.
Hey, you're gonna,
Dude, what are you doing?
you're gonna get sprayed. Okay,
I'm
spray.
not
Put your
even
hands
doing
behind your head.
anything. My God. Spray. I'm not even doing anything. Get that over here. Just get that.
323. Need more unit.
Okay, so they're blasting this dude with pepper spray, right? And he's not even resisting. And this is also, you saw them do this with Carolina and Fort Worth, where Kruger face plants her, right? Boom. And she's knocked out cold, bleeding out on the street. And he's saying, stop resisting, stop resisting. By the way, I just wonder about the career of whatever prosecutor would come after her. That was clearly excessive force and an unjustified arrest. That was not a lawful arrest, and his orders to Carolina were not lawful. And if she has a somewhat decent criminal defense attorney, she should be able to have those charges dismissed by the filing deputy. I mean, this case should have never been filed, and that's just my 2 cents on that. Let's keep watching.
Run code.
Dude, what the heck?
Stop. Stop.
Stay away.
323. Go see spread.
Anyway, so that's that one. I mean, dude, I mean, that's wild, right? So that is a case that happened over in the US, obviously. And that's just like a cool dad, man. Like, he actually stood tall for his son and risked arrest. And so give me a bunch of ones for the dad, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Give me a bunch of ones for that dad. That was a legit father who I'm so proud of. And if he's facing criminal issues right now, even if I'm not licensed in his state, I'll definitely try to help him with a fundraiser or anything like that. Those are the kind of people that we need to celebrate in our society. And I think that, and I appreciate you guys supporting my channel and giving me that respect, that you understand that I represent that segment of society that believes in strong families and strong value system. So we don't have to rely on the government. We can create our own parallel systems like we used to have back in the good old days, you know, when people could trust each other, look each other in the eye, and shake each other's hand. And that was the way we used to do it. All this other stuff is crazy where you can't trust people, and, you know, it's just nuts. So I just hate it. And that's why I don't work with that many people, because, you know, when you give everything, you can't give everything to 1 million people. So you have to work with an elite group, and hopefully that elite group can form their own parallel systems as well, and all work together in a tentacle of good people who all just want to help each other and do the right thing. So anyways, in this case, this is another case. This is another thought police case. So the United Kingdom, they have thought police. It's different than the United States. Well, unless you're in California. California has thought police too. But for sure, the United Kingdom is full steam ahead with the blueprint that was laid out for them in the book 1984. And they have their own version of the thought police. And they have similar like abortion clinic laws and stuff that they have in the United States. And so, I'm not taking a position one way or another on the issue, but this woman is, she's a Christian. I just want to lay the foundation. The woman he's talking to is a Christian, and she is silently praying for people, I guess, who are going to get abortions. And so that's the foundation. So love her, hate her, she has the right to pray. I mean, if there were like 50 of their immigrant people there praying in the street, I don't think this cop would be approaching them. And they do that. The immigrants take over the streets at prayer time in London. And even though they have mosques, and a lot of the locals are upset about that. And I'm just showing this two-tier justice system. I showed you one example where their chief of police committed a battery against one of the members of their press. And then here's another one where, a woman can't pray in front of an abortion clinic, but the visitors in their country can take over whole city streets for hours at a time, and people can't even drive cars through there. And I just thought that was sort of like the hypocrisy was amazing. But anyways, let's go ahead and listen to the colloquy back and forth so you can learn a little bit about thought crimes. So this is what we call a thought crime. And thought crimes are very common now in the United Kingdom. So here we go.
Are you protesting?
No.
Are you here to pray for the lives of unborn children?
As I've mentioned to one of your colleagues before, I think that's a little bit of a leading question. No, I'm not, actually, today.
Can your actions be carried out elsewhere?
I'm not doing any actions. I'm just simply thinking silently in my head.
Thinking. Meditating.
And why have you chosen this location to stand?
This is an abortion centre. I'm praying for those who've been hurt by abortion.
So you can see he's interrogating her. So one of the things that I would advise, at least in America, I don't know if she has to answer these questions in the UK. They probably have some law now that you're supposed to, but they've been programmed in that country to comply. And so naturally she's going along and helping him get a conviction against her. So when he's basically trying to get enough evidence that she's there for the purposes, the only reason she's there is because the building is an abortion clinic. And because of that, he now has at least a bare bones case to say, I guess under their statute, that she's violating some law about protesting outside of abortion clinics. Now, if she had said nothing, or under US law, I guess she would be okay. I don't know about there. Or if she had not said, or she had just said, hey, because it's a public sidewalk and I want to be here, he probably would not have had enough information to make that, to do what he's going to do next. So that's something I wanted to point out to you. So, she clearly is like one of these do-gooders. She wants to go and pray for people, and she wants to comply with whatever the government says. And so she's basically, and she's been arrested and acquitted several other times for doing the same thing. But that's what they do. They'll just keep arresting you, and you'll spend so much money fighting the charges, you'll just go broke. I mean, you saw how it devastated Chile de Castro, right? When they locked him up for those 4 months. And they'll do that. It'll wipe out your ability to support your family. It's unbelievable the power they have. So that's why I always tell you we need to put people in power who know the law and mean to keep it well, and who will equally apply the law, not equitably apply it based upon some crazy litmus test that you meet this certain race or gender or whatever, and only then are you going to be treated a certain way. No, everybody should just be given the same slate, and we should all treat each other good and try to help each other and get the government out of the equation. That's not their job to social engineer how we deal with things. It's totally unfair. So anyways, we go into this video now, and let's let him finish.
Are you here to pray for the lives of unborn children?
Yes.
So, yeah.
I said no.
No.
I'm praying for those who've been hurt by abortion.
Hurt by abortion?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Are you aware there's a public space protection order in place here?
Yes, I don't know if you know, but I have actually been arrested twice. I've gone to court and been acquitted for allegedly my silent prayers. I've actually received an email from the police telling me I'm allowed to be in this area. I don't know if you're familiar with that situation at all.
This
So,
is exclusion area?
yes, that's right. That's why I was arrested previously. So yes, I'm very much aware there's a PSPO in place.
Public space protection order.
You're breaching the public order protection. breaching
No
orders.
violation.
I'm not breaching it now.
No, no.
Will you move from here to outside the exclusion zone?
I don't see any reason why I would need to do that for the reasons I've just explained to you.
So if not, why are you not willing to move outside the exclusion zone?
Because of what I've just said, because I don't think I need to move outside the exclusion zone. I've been to court over this.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to issue a fixed penalty notice
So
now.
not only is she like helping him get a conviction against her, she's even admitting that she's been to court on the same kind of an issue. So to him, he's like slam dunk. We're going to raise some revenue for the city. They got the same revenue generation model over there that they have over here. Make no mistake about that.
So what am I being issued a fixed penalty notice for?
Because you're here to protest.
I've just told you I'm not protesting. I'm simply silently praying.
Yeah, he was smiling. That's right. Oh man, who said that? Look at, yeah. All right, Gav Heaney, man. Yeah, you're good. Gav, welcome to the E-Line, Ask Michael E-Line. I love having you here. Yeah, look at his smile as she said that. Yeah, he was so happy to get that conviction. And so they're true believers, their police force. They're true believers in this globalist cause. Most of them are really angry about, getting out of that European Union thing, and the globalists really want to get them back in. And, they're just pushing really hard to basically, a lot of the locals say, replace the locals. They don't like them. They don't like it that they fight back and that they're not compliant. They want a compliant populace. And with Sharia law, they would have that, once that would take effect, they would be able to do that. And a lot of the people over there are saying that's what they're trying to do. And I don't know if that's true, but that's just interesting that over in the UK, they have these thought police now where you can't even pray or something. You might be in an exclusion zone. Now, this next video, this is really, really disconcerting to me. This is a couple who get pulled over. It's a really long video. It's like 39 minutes. And obviously I don't want to spend 39 minutes watching a, dash cam video, right, with you guys. It'll be kind of boring. So I'm just going to kind of go through it with you and I'll skip and stuff back and forth, but you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. And this has to do with the body cavity thing and what the police do. And just, you got to wonder some of these people who get jobs, who seek power. And that's why I think it's so important to bind these people with the chains of the Constitution. And, hey, James, good seeing you, buddy. Right on, man. So far, we've had a pretty good show. We've had quite a few people pop in. I had some sound issues initially. I didn't have my mic plugged in, so that's going to suck when people try to come back for the replay. But I'll try to edit it out. Hopefully, it'll upload quick. Yeah. So let's shoot this footage here. This is interesting. This is this couple. They get pulled over. Well, here, we'll start out with the pullover and I'll kind of fast forward as we go.
Charles Sam 150. 3 Charles Sam 150. Check number. This one ran the other day.
right. So we don't, we don't have the body cam footage of the initial. Yeah, so we don't have the body cam footage of what their colloquy is, but somehow or another, it appears as though the passenger opened up their own door. As far as the model of the vehicle, looks like maybe it's I don't know. What do you guys think that is? To me, it looks like it could be an old Camaro, like an RS or something, but I don't know. The lighting's really bad. Tell me what you guys think it is in the sidebar, because it kind of looks cool. So they're putting them in torture cuffs now, and so obviously, look, I can't make a judgment call on what's going on. Like, I don't know, is this a stolen vehicle? Is this I don't know what it is, guys. I'm just trying to show you whether it's a lawful arrest or not. Keep watching, because that's what I want to demonstrate to you, is when you exceed the lawful use of force, and why it's so important that our public servants are educated in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and so they can understand what makes us such a sacred country compared to all the others, and why the globalists want to destroy our great history and our founding documents as a basis, because they know that as long as you believe that your rights come from the universe, you will not rely on the religion of man and the big corporations and their control over your thoughts with media, social media, and all these companies that get to decide what truth is. So just think about that. All the stuff that you're being fed is a narrative that comes from basically billionaires who for years have controlled the media. And now Musk comes along and opens up Twitter, and you have a whole new avenue of information, and they're trying to brand that as hate speech to shut him down, because they want to be able to control a single narrative, which they do very well with CNN, PMS, NBC, and all the other channels. I mean, they all report exactly the same way, and sometimes they even read from the same scripts. Give me a bunch of ones if you've seen that yourself. But let's keep watching this video. It's unbelievable.
What's going on with stuff? Saw your road at Corral with a black Chevrolet pickup truck pulling a trailer, 2 occupants. Registration plate is struck. I'll get it to you as soon as I can. Okay.
Okay, guys, I want you to watch this search. This is just unbelievable to me. They're obviously an older couple. They're both being placed in torture cuffs, and he's being manhandled. It looks like maybe that's a woman on the left. I can't quite tell because the lighting's not too good, but the dude is just getting manhandled big time. And it looks like there's several officers there. So here, I'm going to go back a little bit, because I know it gets kind of boring and you kind of lose interest, but I want you to watch how they're manhandling this dude. This is unbelievable to me. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's what I told that we know. I just told that we know gave you the play anything, so the players done. No, my wrist, man.
What's that? You guys okay? What's that? One guy. Let's see, 3 for 6901, Robert. 36901, Robert. I'm clear. 7, are you guys okay? What's up?
Hey, where are you? Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. I got it.
It is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. These guys are grabbing this dude by the testicles. They're hurting him. Now the title on the video says that it's some kind of cavity search. Look, I'm gonna look at it with you, the description, and I'll share the link with you too, because I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but man, this is the reason, you know, that this is the reason why I come on, to show you guys what's going on out there, so we can try to get out there and expose this and try to make a better system. You know, the only way you're gonna change the system is first to expose the corruption, right? And the fact that this kind of stuff is allowed to go on is just unbelievable. So anyways, here's what happened, I guess. These guys, let's see if you guys can see this. All right. So a federal jury ruled in favor of these deputies in a civil lawsuit. So basically, it looks like that couple brought Danielle Wilkie and Bobby Brewer. They brought a civil rights lawsuit, and it looks like they lost. And you could see that they were hitting James Myron Mitchell while he was in handcuffs during a traffic stop. You know, that's what they were doing. And a federal grand jury ruled in favor of the deputies in an excessive force case. So, you know, you win some, you lose some, right, guys? But wow, I mean, that's unbelievable, right? That they won. Here, let's see if there's anything else to see here. There we go.
Okay, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
We're resuming normal.
I can't.
7, can we resume normal?
Y'all are killing. I got a hernia, man. I'm feeling up back to skin. I ain't got that room, man.
Good, resume normal. See if everything was okay. I'm clear. All units can resume normal main. All units can resume normal on main.
I'm not reaching up the hard. Water hand back. What is it?
Sector 21. 7, you need another unit. Oh, yeah, correct. 5 on or out. 5, please. 68. That's yeah, we're out. That's going to take some emergency or not. 5 you can cancel. No, yes, sir.
So let me just share something with you. There's truth to the statement that when you treat people like animals, they will become animals.
Any non-emergency, 5 you can cancel.
We're trying to fucking. I'm trying to see the shit. I'm trying to put my feelings back on, man. I'm about to go to jail, man.
What's 2 of it? 1.
Hold on a minute. So guys, I may have to fast forward some of this stuff. Okay, because I don't want to get in trouble with these guys, but I hope you can see what's going on. So first of all, let's look over in the sidebar. Do you guys understand? Jeff, you can explain it to these guys. I'm not a sadomasochist, so, and I don't want to get in trouble with any of these people over here. Yeah, exactly, Adrena Jones. And look, I don't know if anybody's seen this video before, but this is pretty disgusting, man. You know, like he's taking out his blue glove, and they don't like this guy, and they want to get him. And by the way, that does look like a Camaro, doesn't it, guys? Let me look up in the sidebar here and see if you guys told me what it was already. Let's see here. Because I did ask you guys earlier what kind of car that was. Let's see here. Well, for crying out loud, nobody said if it was a Camaro. How am I supposed to vote for a rip when you don't even know what kind of car it is, eh? That's right, Brick. Psychos with badges. That's true, Jeff. Let me take a look here. Camaro, yeah, right on. Yep, that's what I think too, James. All right, so let's go ahead. And you guys ready for me to keep rolling this? Just keep in mind, if I see too much craziness, I'm going to have to fast forward it. All right. It looks like he's pulling out. It looks like he's pulling out bags of weed from his butt, right? But he could just as easily be using, like, planting drugs too. We know, we've seen instances where the officers have been found liable and also criminally charged for doing stuff like that, doing throwdowns, throw down weapons, throw down drugs. So, you know, obviously doing a cavity search on the side of the road from just a humanitarian perspective, it would be improper. And obviously, if they've got him in custody, you know, they've got to get a warrant or find another way to go up his butt. I'm sorry to say that, guys. That this is a warrantless search. I don't see any exigent circumstances like drugs, like somehow disintegrating in his butthole. But let's go ahead and watch what these cops do anyways.
Signal 25 Jackson. James Boulevard, Signal Boulevard. Tennessee 909, Queen X-ray Mora. We have gray, 400.
Got nothing on me.
Well, walk in here. Walk right in here. Hey.
Get in there. I'm getting in. I'm getting in. I'm getting in, sir. Can I turn around and get in?
Sit down in the car.
Okay.
All right. So what do you guys think? I mean, these guys, it looks like they pulled a bag of weed out of his butt. I don't know. I think that was totally uncalled for. I think that they should have gotten a warrant. And I think that would be the fruits of the poisonous tree. And I don't think that would be something that should be coming into evidence anytime soon for a criminal conviction. Now, I don't know if they were even charged. That totally was excessive force. It was crazy. It could be that the prosecutor declined or that a motion to suppress was brought and that was excluded. But those cops got what they wanted, which is to prove that they run the streets, that they're in power. And when he sees a cop next time, he'll be terrified. And basically like an animal, he'll have no choice but to fight or run. And that's what I keep telling you guys, you know, when you treat people like animals, they'll become animals. And so being a civil libertarian and somebody who wants everyone to have freedom and have an opportunity at success, we need to make sure that we have an even playing ground, an even playing field for everyone to achieve their own individual success based upon their gifts that they have. and what their goals and likes are in life. And when you treat people like that and make them terrified of their own government, of the state, it's a bad thing. And of course, you see that looked like he had some marijuana or something, probably stuffed up in a cavity, maybe, or it could have been a throwdown. We don't know. And that's the problem that a lot of people have. But, you know, we're going to get in there. It's an 89 Camaro. Right on, Jeff. Yeah. Yeah. Let's TVO says it makes my butt pucker up. That's great. How you guys been doing, by the way? How's it going this Sunday, Let's TVO? You guys doing all right? How you doing, Brick? You guys all right? Okay, well, hope so. I hope you guys are doing good. And oh, look, Joan Norris. I guess good seeing you here. New member, maybe. Ross Colley. You can't see what they're doing exactly. You just don't know exactly what they're doing. And so it could be throwdown, maybe it's not, but it's not on tape. And it's clearly unnecessary. I mean, if they had enough, you know, if he, for example, if this guy had been arrested, if this guy had a warrant, right, it would make sense that they could arrest him, and there's no need to conduct a roadside cavity search, right? It's still going to be there when he gets to the police department. So there was I can't see any justification for what they did. But in this particular case, based on what we saw, it looks like they filed the civil rights lawsuit and they lost. And that can be for a lot of reasons, guys. Sometimes it's just because a lot of times people like this will hire like really crummy lawyers because they're like a friend of the family or something. That's usually the way they lose these cases. You know, the best way to lose your case is refer your case to someone who doesn't really know what they're doing just because they're a friend of the family. You really need to make sure that you hire a really good lawyer and somebody who has the bankroll, because it's going to take quite a bit of money to get a good use of force expert and other things like that. And we don't know all of the unique facts of this case, so we don't know exactly what happened. But typically it's because their representation was not that good. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and try to listen in on what's going on with this guy while he's in the back of the car. All right? Because that'll be interesting, right?
Move your feet, I'm gonna break your feet. Hey, can I fix my
Digit 21 status. 7, go ahead.
Now, by the way, just so you guys, just as a matter of law, like if this was in California, for example, if that woman's related to him, she's got claims for potentially, you know, obviously false imprisonment, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress. Even if there was a lawful arrest, once the officer goes into the realm of exceeding the lawful use of force, it becomes a tort, it becomes a battery, it becomes an assault, it becomes all those things, you see. So it's a really, it's a fine line. But unfortunately, a lot of the jurors are so conditioned, and the prosecutors try to get jurors who are conditioned to always go along with what the state wants. And so they're good at that. At voir dire, they're good, and they have a good pool, because typically the people who will be there that can stay on the jury will be people who work for the government, you know, because they get a stipend to be on the jury. Whereas other people don't have the money. They're taking care of 3 or 4 kids, military disabled, whatever. They're not going to, those normal allies that defendant would have won't be there. So you'll typically get, people who support the administrative state, and they're typically going to go along more with the state. And so that would give you more convictions. It's just interesting, the dynamics. Like in California, guys like that, they wouldn't even bother pulling them over. But, I guess in some other states, that's what they focus on. So everything, again, would be looked at on a unique case-by-case basis. But let's get back into this beautiful bean footage and try to figure out what's going on, because I think she even would have a case based on what I'm seeing.
I'm clear. West 78, West 68, you guys can cancel.
We're clear. I'll take it.
Digit 21 status.
Okay.
So you're found that fifth note, correct?
All right, so that looks like that could be some Krizak. What do you guys think? Maybe he had some weed in his butt, and maybe she had some crack, and they were trying to throw it on the ground, or it very well could have been a throwdown, and we don't know that because the way the film is, and these guys are so good, at turning their body cams nowadays. And I know this from having done criminal defense. Good luck, right, guys? So let's keep on watching this beautiful bean footage.
There you go. Were you clear on that same address?
Just been on the hood.
It was on a William McNabb party.
We got you dope, bud.
What dope?
Dope, yeah.
Okay, I'll check it.
Hey!
We had a female out here on her. You check her yellow available.
It does seem like I'll be honest, after talking to my friend over in the UK the other day, it does seem like there's like one system of justice for us and one system of justice for them. I mean, Joan Norris is talking about how the cops are always having drugs on them, and having them able to be planted. And I know from doing a lot of criminal defense that happens a lot. So that's pretty devastating to see that going on. Let's keep on watching this thing. This is just wild to me.
Hey!
Need a female over for a search. I'm proud of you,
Hey!
Yeah.
All right. So you know what they're doing now, right, guys? So maybe we will just stay and watch this whole bad chicken. Oh boy, you guys, now you get to watch the female get her fair share of the jackboot thug treatment, right? Here we go.
Can you help me out right quick?
Help you what?
Man, for real, man. Man. I'm at the door. Hey, I got the door. Hey, I got the door. Hey, I got the door up. I got the door up. I got the door up.
Okay, so guys, what is he saying? I heard him say, "Hey, I got the cocoa. Hey, I got the cocoa." What do you guys hear him saying? Because it sounds like maybe he swallowed some drugs or something. I can't figure out what he said. Hey, I got cacao saba. Throw up. Okay, James Forbes said he's got to throw. Whoa, he's got to throw up. I'll bet you maybe he did swallow some drugs. Let's watch this, man. This is wild. I've never seen this far into the video.
I ain't got to throw up, man.
All right.
I ain't trying to throw up in your car.
Oh, he's going to throw up.
Hey. Hey.
Yeah. What?
Take me on jail, man.
No. You got to search your car first. Anything else in there, do you?
All right. So right away when he said Maine, that tells me he's probably like Georgia, Atlanta. What do you guys think? Because I know like down there when they say Maine, that's like the dirty, they call it, the dirty. So you guys tell me, what do you think that is? Give me a bunch of comments there. Tell me what that accent. I think it is an Atlanta, Georgia accent. You guys, hold on. Let's take a look. What was this? This was Hamilton County. Well, that doesn't tell me much. Is Hamilton County in Georgia? I want to know who this is. I'm going to subscribe to this. This is pretty damn cool. I'm subscribing to this channel, and I'm going to share the link with y'all in a second. I'm going to share the link with you, man.
You put my clothes on?
You got anything else on there?
No, man, that's my shit, man. She ain't got nothing to do with it. Take me to jail.
Okay.
Yeah, take me to jail. Baby!
Signal 20 out of 24.
Baby! Hey, CO. Hey, police.
He's 1900 block.
Hey, police. Hey, police. Bro.
What do you need, man?
Hey, come on, man. Can I ask you a question?
What do you need?
One question, man.
What do you need? You can ask me right here.
Man, can I get some air, please?
You got some air right there.
Can you get, man? Come on, man.
Hold on, Maine. Hold on. We got a challenge in the sidebar. Wanda Mise says that's a Tennessee accent, and Bree Penniman says that that's Georgia or the Carolinas. I'm saying Atlanta when I'm hearing them say Maine like that. But man, I don't know. But man, this is wild the way they're treating these people. It's unacceptable to me in a civilized society. The cops are going to be shoving their hands up some dude's butt on the roadside like that.
I just thought about that before you started.
I wasn't trying to resist you, man. I was trying to give you the shit.
After I told you not to reach for it.
I was getting it to you. I didn't want to get embarrassed. Hey, Mr. Brewer. Yeah. Come here, man.
No.
Can I get some, man? Y'all gonna take me to jail?
Hey, we're done talking to you, all right?
What I'm trying with?
We'll find that out in just a minute.
They talk about what a klutz I am. Somebody's telling me it says Tennessee cops right on the video. I didn't even see that. That's, man, you guys, I'm getting old.
What you pull me over for? Hey!
Pretty theatrical, though.
I gotta pee, man.
All right.
Hey! I gotta pee, man. Baby! Put some minutes on the phone. Help! Help! Hey! Hey! Can I get some air? I'm about to die. My leg, man. My leg.
So, I mean, to me, when I hear this guy, he's going to throw up. Now he's got to pee. Now he needs air. To me, I think he just wants to get outside of that car so he can try to bolt. Because based on all the drugs that they planted on that hood there, he's looking at some serious time, and he probably knows it. And he could probably outrun those guys even with his hands tied behind his back, and they probably know that. And that's probably why they're not going to let him out of the car. But I think he's making a good faith effort to do everything he can to get his freedom. I think anybody in his situation would probably do the same thing.
Hey, get here, man.
Yeah, your legs are in there.
Now my blood all over the place.
Yeah, because you started resisting.
I wasn't resisting, man.
Okay, so you heard that, right? Now, this is a valid argument, the best one that he's got. He said, my butt is bleeding all over the place because those guys shoved, or one of them, without lube, it looks like, just shoved his hand up that dude's butt and pulled out, allegedly, some bags of drugs and planted them on the hood. So imagine being this dude, being degraded like that in front of his woman. They made sure to have his butt facing her. So she's watching that while he's being violated by two men. And now they're calling for a female officer to do the same thing to her. And so it's really degrading. It's really, I think it should be unacceptable to anyone in a free society to think that is like something that we could tolerate in this country. I don't know. Give me a bunch of ones if you agree.
Hey, CO. Hey, CO. CO. Baby! Help! Help! Somebody help me, man! I'm about to pass out! I'm about to pass out, man! Hey, for real! I'm about to pass out of here, man! I got a head injury on my head, man!
Hey, man, what's your name?
James Mitchell, man!
What's your date of birth, James?
11078.
What's your social?
Hey, officer. Hey, officer. Hey, can you take this shirt off for me? Help! I take you to jail too.
I ain't dead shit.
Hey! Hey, nah, man, I'm dying in here. It's hot.
Okay, so now he's doing the he probably is getting hot boxed. I mean, that's typical, right? So they'll put you in the car and roll the windows up with no AC. And if that's Tennessee, I could imagine it would be pretty damn hot at night, but I don't know exactly what's going on. Obviously, the guy wants his freedom. He wants to get out of there. His butt's bleeding because they just did a roadside cavity search on him. I believe in violation of his unalienable rights as a human being, let alone civil rights laws. So it looks pretty gross. And I'm going to try to like go a little bit more forward. We can hear him back there crying, screaming. I want to see if they do the search on her too, because they called to have someone come out and hook her up as well. Well, we'll keep going. We'll keep letting you guys listen for a while. I just dropped the link in the sidebar too, but we'll listen for a little while and then I'll go out and try and enjoy what's left of Sunday.
Yes, I am, man. My head.
216. Breathe.
Hey, CEO.
Hey, CEO. I guess that means commanding officer, right? So it looks like, allegedly they're finding drugs and they're putting them on the hood. But like many of my astute observers in the sidebar have pointed out that it's not past some corrupt officers to plant drugs. And we've seen it on tape happen. And it's one of the reasons why they hate it that people film them. Because, one of the ways they get promoted is busts. So let's keep on going.
It's my wrist. I can't feel my fingers, man.
Don't get handcuffs.
I can't feel my fingers.
Please calm down.
I got a bad hand, man.
Breathe. Calm down. Don't run off. You won't get handcuffs. Calm down and breathe.
Hey, my hand.
Okay.
My hand.
Stop.
It's my hand, man.
Stop. Calm down.
I'm telling you, it's my hand, cuz. Hey, my wrist, man. For real, my fucking wrist. It's my wrist. I swear to you, man, my wrist. Ah.
So I can tell you, from my own personal experience, that the tight handcuff cases are really tragic. They can destroy your nerves. You can end up losing your fingers or your hands or have permanent nerve damage. So I do empathize with it, because when you're in the back of a hot car, even if they're originally, when they were put on a little looser, when your blood pressure's up, right, and you have the pressure of the seat, it can make them restrict tighter, especially with your blood pressure going up to the point where you can lose your hands. And when you have sort of these monstrous police officers, sometimes the results can be disastrous. And that's why I encourage people to try and learn the law and learn your rights and start getting people in positions of power who respect the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. They're just such important things and they need to apply equally to everybody. Can't be sticking your hands up someone's butt on the side of the road like that. That's not acceptable.
No, my wrist, man, it's killing me, man. It's right here. This one.
There you go again, squirming. If you sit down and behave, things will be hurting.
No, CO. I'm telling you, man, I got a bad
So I don't know what's going on. You guys help me out here. I'm hearing someone talking to this guy. It sounds like I'm at an old drive-in movie where there's like a speaker in the window and I'm listening to the movie while I'm eating some popcorn. What the heck is that? It's like they're outside the vehicle and you hear this,
sir, we need you to calm down. You need to relax.
it sounds like a RoboCop or something, right? That's talking to him. What the heck is that? Is that like some new RoboCop device that they just automatically have in the car? Or is that someone talking to him outside the car on a microphone that's blasting him? I don't get it. What the heck is that, man? Yeah, Joan, he lost the friggin' case. He lost the civil rights lawsuit. Man, I don't. Yeah, well, he doesn't seem like he's that bright. Let's be honest. I mean, he probably didn't hire a very good lawyer. That's my guess. And there probably were a lot of mistakes made. That would, based on what I'm seeing, you've got excessive force up the kazoo right there. That is unacceptable. Now, they may have some law in Tennessee that says maybe he might be on parole. He may be a warrant kind of, maybe a warrant type of a situation. They may have a parole or a probation law that says they can be strip searched and cavity searched on the road as part of the conditions of their parole. But I was never aware that municipal cops had the authority to do cavity searches on this, especially when there's not an emergency on the side of the road. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm totally confused about it. That's right, Joan. And Joan's right. He's poor. That's right. And I appreciate you pointing that out. I mean, and I'm not like trying to put him down either, Joan, because I understand, like we need to be teaching all the kids classical education, and it needs to be done at a family level, not through the state. The state should not be in the business of controlling the minds of our children, because it can always be done for nefarious reasons to keep bad people in power. And we need to be appointing and electing politicians based on deleting laws, not passing more laws. Less government means more freedom. And we need to have more freedom, and we need to start having more commonalities. We need to get rid of the judging people based upon skin color and gender and all that, and just judge people based on their character and their merit and their achievement and whether you trust them and like them. That should be the order of the day. Give me a bunch of ones if you guys agree. Yeah, that's right. And it's true, Wanda. I mean, for the most part, when you get arrested, the attorneys are just in there bargaining. That's kind of your job. You're an advocate, and you're just advocating and bargaining for your side in front of a jury or a judge. Unfortunately, that's why I try to front load all my cases to make them such a minefield for anyone who would dare go against me in litigation, that we can try to settle them up front. And that means front loading, and that means spending significant amounts of money on experts in building a proper file so you can win every time without having to go through and risk having, that bad jury, right? Or a judge that maybe politically doesn't align with the way you or your client think, and maybe be an activist and may have it in for you, right? Because we hear stories about that all the time. So, if you don't want to risk that, then the best way is to be a strong, fierce warrior at the beginning. What do they say? And prepare for war, train in peace like you would fight in war, so you don't have to fight in war. I guess can't remember exactly, but somebody in the sidebar is going to correct me. Anyways, let's go ahead and watch some more of this, because I think it's worth listening to for a few more minutes.
Any user with mobile phone, you log out, log back in. Any unit with mobile phone.
Hey, sir, this one right here, I can't feel my fingertips or nothing. I ain't bullshitting you, man. I swear, man. I ain't playing.
Bring your legs out.
You had to pull me out.
No,
I'm stuck.
You get out. You jumping all around, man. Go. Yeah. Stay down.
I ain't about to do shit. Y'all, I ain't doing nothing. Hey, me, Jim, she ain't got nothing to do with this. Everything, man. I swear to God. I'm trying to make this short, simple, and sweet. That's it.
Okay, good.
You take me on in.
Go to your door.
I ain't trying to shoot. Ah, shit. Ooh.
I'm trying to fix them, sir.
Nah, I ain't saying nothing about you, man. I got a bad nerve in there.
Yeah?
Ghost pain.
Maybe you should have been fighting then.
I wasn't fighting, man. I'm trying to give you that shit, man. I ain't bullshit you. I'm gonna go and give it to you.
There you go. That's what.
So it looks like he's claiming that he was going to give the drugs, I guess, to the cops. So I guess that's an admission that he had drugs on him, maybe. So, I mean, we don't know. We don't know the whole story, but either way, he was treated really bad, and that's the focus of this video.
One finger right there. Hold still.
Yeah,
Hold still.
I ain't going nowhere. Man, I'm not going nowhere.
All right, sit back in there.
Can I
Sit on your shoulder. Sit straight back.
Can I get a little air, y'all? Please.
I got to put the windows down. Put his feet in.
How long y'all gonna be? How much longer you gonna be, man?
Be as long as I need to.
I went to school with you.
No, you didn't. Slide in there. You're like 30 years older than me. What you need? What you need?
Go to close it. Go close it. Hey, she ain't had nothing to do with that.
Hey, look, you got to hand it to the guy, whether you like him or not, whether you think he's the worst guy on the planet. At least he's trying to deflect from his woman. And to me, that is a sign of nobility and honor. And so give him a bunch of ones for at least trying to take responsibility and make it totally his fault to deflect from her. I think that is really cool. I think that's awesome. That's a real man that does stuff like that. So.
I'm clear.
Hey, what's your name, man?
James
Hey, what?
Mitchell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, needle on your toe.
Nah, I ain't had no needle on me. I don't use no needles. I don't use no needles. Man, I ain't had man, what?
So it looks like they're claiming that he's got like needles too. So they're trying to get him for that. They probably, maybe they're planting some stuff on him. He could have priors that may not like him. He may be an easy caller for them. And we know the prison industrial complex profits handsomely from these types of arrests where you can lock someone up for a long time. It's guaranteed income. I think they make about $1,000 or more per day per prisoner. So that goes towards more guards, more jobs, for the government and the administrative state. We have more people in prisons in this country than anywhere in the world. Think about that. And we have private prisons here where we've had situations where judges have been imprisoned and jailed for illegally, like locking up thousands of people, right? In doing these deals with child protective services and foster care homes where they're spreading the money around, all part of that administrative leviathan that we all know exists, but everybody's too afraid to say anything or they bury their head in the sand to try to pretend like anybody who would even think that is engaged in disinformation, right? But that's what's really going on. Let's keep on watching for a little while.
Oh, man, come on, man.
Gonna kind of fast forward a little bit.
Yeah. 1.16 grams of crack.
6 grams of crack. So they're claiming they got 6 grams of crack. So that's, I think in Tennessee that he's probably looking at the rest of his life in prison. That's my guess.
Get to you.
Yeah, after I told you not to reach for it.
I'm sorry, man.
Take your shoes. Yeah.
All right. So we have seen, I think, enough of that. I shared the link in the sidebar, and I still wanted to share a few more things with you. So the title of my video had to do with food. You guys saw that. So here's another. I'm telling you, man, Twitter is a gold mine. It's like the new Google plus news station all built into one, the way that it's set up. It's awesome. And I'm just finding really, really quality, great material that is sort of filtered and censored by sites like Google and Bing and stuff you're really getting stuff that the government, with their private partnerships with these people have suppressed. And finally, we're just getting some really quality, great material. And this one, guys, I don't even know if this is real stuff because it's just so crazy. It almost looks like it has to be staged. But this guy was literally arrested for eating a sandwich. And it looks like this is California, of course. It's some kind of a train station or something. So I want you guys to watch this and tell me what you think, because I'm just blown away. How could this be real, right?
You're eating. Bro, so what? It's against the law. So what? It's a violation of California law. I have the right to detain you. No, you don't. Yes, I do. You're going to go to jail. I'm not going to jail for eating a sandwich. No, for resisting arrest. I'm not resisting arrest. You are resisting. I was doing anything wrong.
Where's the sign up here that says that we can't eat on the platform?
Right, let go of my bag. You are detained and you're not free to go. I'm not detained. I haven't done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. You are detained. Stop. For what? For eating. It's illegal. Violation of California law. I already said that. Turn around. Turn around now. Turn around.
Just listen. Just listen.
Ain't nobody resisting.
Just listen. He didn't even do anything. 4 cops eating a sandwich. That's all he did was eat a sandwich.
Wait, hold on. Dude, for reals, did you guys just see that? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Do you guys want me to replay that? I think it's a gem, and it's not that long. Give me a bunch of ones if you want me to replay this. This guy's getting arrested for a food offense, guys. The food police, for crying out loud. Felony sandwiches, says Sleepyhead. Fantastic. Felony sandwiches coming right up. I'm playing it again, Sam. Here we go. I got a bunch of ones. Let me rewind this bad chicken. Guys, you have got to be kidding me. Man arrested for eating. It's illegal to eat in California, sir.
You're eating. Bro, so what? It's against the law. So what? It's a violation of California law. I have the right to detain you. No, you don't. Yes, I do. You're going to go to jail. I'm not going to jail for eating a sandwich. No, for resisting arrest. I'm not resisting arrest. You are resisting. I was doing anything wrong.
Where's the sign up here that says that we can't eat on the platform?
Right, let go of my bag. You are detained and you're not free to go. I'm not detained. I haven't done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. You are detained. For what? For eating. It's illegal. Violation of California law. I already said that. Turn around. Turn around now. Turn around.
Just listen. Just listen.
Ain't nobody resisting.
Just listen. He didn't even do anything. 4 cops eating a sandwich. That's all he did was eat a sandwich.
All right. So, guys, is that another gem, right? I mean, Chili De Castro may have already done that one, or maybe Brian has. I don't know, man. Maybe Here's the Deal has, but honestly, I was just surfing around on Twitter and I just found, I typed in Cops Gone Wild and I just found all this stuff that was just really great material. And this is unbelievable. California apparently has a law, and I've already got one of my law clerks doing the research for you guys because I want to do a follow-up to this because I can't believe this is a true story. But apparently there's a law that you're not allowed to eat food on a train platform. But interestingly enough, we see that the officer, he's grabbing the guy's bag. So clearly he wants to search that guy. He probably thinks he has drugs and he's going to get a collar. So he's going to try to use the illegal eating as a pretext to search his bag. I'm just telling you from having a lot of experience being a lawyer there's a high statistical probability that that's what is going on here. So basically, tonight we went over the cavity search. Unfortunately, they didn't come out and, do the female deal. But they did cavity search him. So we didn't get to see whether or not they did the cavity search on her and whether they violated her rights. But we know that they called someone out, a female officer. So they were intent on doing it right there on the side of the road, which is really weird for me. So we saw that one. And then we went ahead and we saw the thought police in the UK where the British police are, if you're praying next to an abortion clinic, that's a violation of UK law. And so a woman got arrested for that. And then we have this guy. We talked a little bit about this guy. He's from the Soviet Socialist Republic of Londanistan. And he's the one who said he's going to come after Americans for being keyboard warriors and complaining about what's going on over in the United Kingdom with the immigrant crisis and the locals being targeted and all the gangs and the first and second generation immigrants, how they're not fitting into the British culture. And they're trying to create, a lot of them, I guess, a Sharia law society. And the government's trying to suppress this information and say that if anybody talks about it, that it's bigoted. And so the locals are fed up with that. We talked about the fact that he committed an assault and battery against his own members of his own press who asked him about the two-tier justice system in the UK. And in closing, because a lot of you people today probably didn't get a chance to see it, I'll re-cue the video of this police chief committing a battery against a member of his own press, which is really unbelievable because he's talking about how with rule of law and he's going to get all the racists and the Nazis and the bigots and the homophobes, but he's not going to arrest himself when he violates the press rights of a member of the press asking him a question directly on point about whether or not there's a two-tiered justice system. We're going to play that right now. So watch this, guys. This is hilarious.
We're going to two-tier policing, sir.
We'll play that again. So that is the chief of police who's going after all the locals for posting on Twitter and throwing them in prison. Here he comes again.
Two-tier policing, sir.
Guy asks him about the two-tier justice system. Want to see that again, guys? Chief of police. Chief of police committing a battery right there. Battery. That's a battery. That is a crime. That is a crime. That is a crime. That is direct evidence of a two-tier justice system. That man should be jailed for what he did and he should be booked. But nothing will happen to him, I guarantee you. So I just wanted to show you that. Now, before we go, because it's just so hilarious, I want to show you what he said about rule of law. This mealy-mouthed character. Let's listen to him.
We will throw the full force of the law at people. And whether you're in this country committing crimes on the streets or committing crimes from further afield online.
Wait, committing crimes on the streets like attacking a member of the press and committing a battery? Hold on.
We will throw the full force of the law at people. And whether you're in this country committing crimes on the streets or committing crimes from further afield online, we will come after you.
Talk to me about that, because we have seen some high-profile figures whipping up the hatred. You talked about it in there with the officers, in fact, about this being added to by online commentary. I mean, I'm even thinking of the likes of Elon Musk getting involved. What are you considering when it comes to dealing with people who are whipping up this kind of behavior from behind a keyboard, maybe in a different country?
Being a keyboard warrior does not make you safe from the law. You can be guilty of offences of incitement, of stirring up racial hatred. There are numerous terrorist offences regarding the sort of publishing of material. All of those offences are in play.
Yeah, so this guy'd make a great mayor of Laguna Beach, maybe, but definitely not a chief of police, at least not in my book. So anyways, guys, that was the beginning. And so I just wanted to show you guys who joined me later. I have like 4 minutes of me with no sound at the beginning of this video. So as soon as it gets queued up and loaded properly, I'm going to go back and slice that out. So please forgive me for anybody who had to watch 4 minutes of no sound. I apologize for that. But I've got some good footage out here for you, and I'm hoping that you guys like it. And I hope that you guys have a great what's left of your Sunday. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys. Make sure to save, because, you know, I could definitely use some people saving, and, you know, buy a subscription, help me out to make it worth my while to be able to keep coming back. And then if you're interested, you can also get a digital copy of this, not the soft cover version that I'm showing you, but a digital version that I'll provide for you. But it's my journey to becoming a practicing lawyer with no law degree or undergrad. And if you go to my YouTube if you go to my YouTube page, right here where it's Michael Eline, just click more and you scroll down, and let me show you. Go to my YouTube page right here. Hold on a minute. So I got my YouTube page. I'll put it in the sidebar. If you want to buy a copy of my ebook, and you just click on more, go right here to PayPal, and you can just get a copy of it. That's all you got to do. And see, other than that, I hope you enjoyed our weekend together. So, oh my gosh, look, Shaggy Hippie. Thanks, Shaggy Hippie. I got $10 super sticker. Woo, woo, woo. Super sticker. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. That's like $10 that can go towards some Gatorades and stuff, man. That's always helpful. Thank you so much. And thank you too, James Forbes. Good seeing you again, Brick. What's the matter, you? Stan, thanks for joining me today. Crikey, appreciate it. Spicy Peach, Blue Lives Matter, thanks for coming in and hanging out with us today. Mama Lion, Jeff, Spicy Peach, Wanda Mise. By the way, there's a hailstorm outside right now, so there's a bunch of noise. You guys probably hear it. But I'm trying to say goodbye to everyone. Justin Knighton. If I missed anyone, Selwyn, Joan Norris, Justin Knighton, all you guys, thank you again for joining me. Appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. Semper Fi, do or die.